Not very well, before leaves and Christmas and New Year. And the group exercise today should be decoration of Christmas tree. But anyway, let's let's do, let's do some biomed job, huh? So today is the final session. I hope that you all finish all your module on Tempo. I don't know if someone have a question, have any problem on the Tempo courses session. It's going well with you? Yes.
Thank you. I have a problem in monthly reports. Indeed, it doesn't work probably. The Excel sheet.
Tamam. So we can see after the session with you directly what is the problem.
I already uploaded it into the Tempo. You can see it, I think.
Tamam. I will see
Thank
me
you.
and Carlos after this session. Thank you, Ahmed. Something
Thank you.
else? So if nothing, we will start today. We'll try also not to take a lot of time. So we'll start with a review on what we explained before. Then we will do a case study to cover just bullet point exercise. Then we will go to the biomed basics that should be implemented in every project, and they are intersectional. So it's more easy for the people from other section joining us today to understand or to be practical. And we will do a quick test review. So we will start with the review. Just to summarize, I know some of this exercise, especially from people coming from logistic background, is not so easy. But the main idea is for all of us at least to be on one line, on one way. How to do spare part estimation, how to do the monthly follow up, and what is needed. And the idea of all of this, we have the same resources in all sections, and all sections they have regional referent or MST is the same. So, and our role is to support the mission. So at least, if you go out from this session and you know that to do the spare parts estimation for EMO, we need this long process, or use these tools or this process. So we are always available. Each mission have an MST biomed, or we have local resources biomed, so they can help you to, or they can prepare the spare parts. For spare parts estimation, we need all the inventory updated always, as we said before. We need to use the referentials that it's intersectional, and the unicat that also is intersectional. As we agree, spare parts estimation should be calculated during international order. Our role as logistic people, biomed, to know exactly where we have this international order and in which international order we need to order the spare parts and consumable for maintenance. The calculation may take time. It need some effort, sharing experience, looking for current problem in the project to add some spare parts for machines that they are not working. Sorry. So usually it need a lot. It need a little bit of time, 1 week, 2 weeks. So we need to prepare for it. Always, whenever we know that we have an EMO, we need the inventory updated, inventory in pharma stocks and in the field, in the hospital, in the facilities that we are working in use. Also for the inventory of machines that they are not working with needed spare parts for them. The referential is always updated and it's available in all the SharePoint for OGBA, for other section, and Unicat, we all know. This for spare parts estimation. For monthly follow-up, we need preventive maintenance calendar. We have a lot of tools. Each section can have tools. Some of our biomed also, they are using their Excel. They are creating a Simplify Excel and putting the preventive maintenance calendar on it. Based also in the referential, we have all the frequency in Unicat. We have the frequency in the protocol, that protocol 1, protocol 2, we have the frequency. We are always available also to finalize the preventive maintenance calendar. So this is something also mandatory to be available. Activity monthly follow-up and to have monthly report. Monthly follow-up should be available with the completion of preventive maintenance. For example, percentage of completion of preventive maintenance. Also, we can use any tools we need. We can do manual calculation. We can use some Excel, this activity monthly follow-up automatically calculated. Also for the corrective maintenance, percentage done, pending, why it's pending, what it's needed. Also for all the training done should be mentioned in the monthly follow-up. The status of the equipment installed, training done during the month, challenge. If we have any equipment sent to external provider, sent to HQ, to the company, should always be reported in the monthly follow-up. And also we advise if we have biomed to do weekly report, and this weekly report could be compliant at the end of the month in one monthly report and share with line manager for follow-up. Any question about these tools that we already talked about them? For me, as I mentioned, the the best is to take the idea and what's needed. How to do? We have a lot of tools depending of the section. Yes, Ahmed.
Yes, Ali, thank you for these tools. But in OCP France, we don't use this anymore. Just we use Unicat and Memo. I think you know about Memo.
Yes, yes,
Not
yes, yes,
Marmota and
yes, yes. I know, Memo.
but it's useful to have a referential copy, updated one. If you can send it to me or to the group, it will be good. Thank you.
I can send the last updated one, and now OCP referent Triba is working on a new referential. It's almost done. He shared with other OC because it's intersectional for review and comment. Should be published maximum in January. Even it's more automated referential and more auto updated, and some other features they are added. I will share with you, Carlos, if you can share the last
Yes.
referential we have now updated, and inshallah in January OCP already done. Just we have review from some section, and it will be shared the new referential. Yeah.
Thank you.
For the protocol, also this protocol is intersectional, so we are all in one line. We have protocol 1 user maintenance. This protocol should always be printed, laminated, and available in the medical department. Also used during the training for medical staff, and explained during the training for medical staff or during weekly round for them how to do the cleaning, how to perform all the tasks in the user maintenance. Very important to have this user maintenance for many reasons, for good usage of equipment, IPC, infection control, as we said before. Okay, and for the lifetime of the equipment, and to reduce the downtime of the equipment, to reduce the number of failures. Okay, this is very important to be available. Protocol 2 is for us. Also, we advise people to have at least soft or hard copy as you want, available for each equipment we have. Whenever we receive an equipment, we need the protocol 2 for maintenance. If it's not available, just also contact your regional referent to ask for the protocol. Because some of the machines, they are not used a lot in different sections, so we can customize a protocol with your reference. Yes? Wajdi?
Yes, Ali. Thank
Yes.
you very much for this. I think you just answered my question that I had in mind, because
Yes.
in the system I was looking for the technical maintenance and protocol 3 actually for the new life intensity 10 liters oxygen concentrator, and I couldn't find it anywhere. There are a pile of oxygen concentrators here that have been for 3 or 4 years. So an overhaul service are needed for these concentrators, and I'm unable to find the exact protocol that will give me the steps of how to perform that. Like yes. I would have to improvise instead.
Yes, what we are doing, Wajdi, if we have biomed, we are using now for protocol 3 because you know more than us. It's a little bit complicated to cover all the problem in one document. So we are using the service manual. If we don't have biomed, we are putting the main alarm or main problem in a dedicated protocol for the mission, for only this mission. If we have general logistic, I have some document also I will share with you after. If it's useful for you, you will know more than me in Niger set up now. I have no idea. But also we are customizing based on the project. But for protocol 3, we stop generating protocol 3 for all the equipment. This also is the intersectional decision. So constant training also on protocol 1, especially and use and care of the machine. Also, it's very important. Supporting medical team, we are biomed, but we are not only logistician. We are working mostly with medical team to support medical team. So training is a good time to discuss, see challenge with medical team. تمام فرير. Now we will do a group exercise. We will be divided into groups. I know that the exercise a little bit complicated, but just the goal of this exercise is to know exactly what is needed, even if we are not biomed. For biomed, maybe they know this requirement, but even if we are not biomed, to know exactly what is needed in case we have an installation for biomedical equipment. So we will try to put only bullet points on this exercise because I know it's a lot of work. We will take around 30 minutes each group. So we have two scenarios. Group one, we will share the scenario inside the group. So group one, the scenario, you have a biomedical responsible task with assigning a hospital and setting up a new operation room, OR room, with 2 recovery beds and a sterilization area. The medical team provide you with a list of equipment they plan to use. Your job to ensure the safe, efficient, and reliable available operation of this new operation room. So we need to answer 3 questions in bullet point. We don't need to go in detail. For example, if we said we need a UPS, we don't need to calculate the UPS size. Preventive maintenance plan, just to explain how to finalize the present, from where I get the information, how to put the plan. So first job is to do infrastructure requirement. Describe the essential infrastructure element needed to support the new OR. Functionality and safety. Focus on electrical needs, plumbing, lighting, and environmental control. IPC. Second job, preventive maintenance. Finalize and explain how you will establish a preventive maintenance schedule for all the equipment in the OR. Include factors like scheduling, responsibility, and potential tools. Some equipment in OR, they need special tools. We'll discuss inside the group. So also this, we need to think about it when we install a new OR. Backup plan, and this is very important, and this for OGBA, one of the tasks for 2026, to have backup plan in all our projects. So this usually we met as biomed and as logistic. So we need to develop a backup plan for critical equipment, and especially for the oxygen supply system with the new OR. We need to prioritize patient safety and minimize downtime. The same exercise will be for group 2, but the scenario will be to set up an emergency department. Okay. Also, the medical team has shared their equipment list, and we need to do the same task to ensure that it's safe, efficient, and reliable, available operation for new emergency department. We need to do the same task: infrastructure requirement, preventive maintenance, and backup plan. And these are the list of the equipment. The idea now, Miguel will divide us into groups. I will be in one group and Carlos in the other. So we will share with you the list of equipment and the task needed. We'll try to open each group a Word document and to answer in bullet point infrastructure, preventive maintenance, and backup plan. And after we will go back to, we will explain to, or we will discuss with each group what are the plans that they do. It's clear, the exercise? Or I am speaking very quick, very fast?
I think it's clear.
So as I said, the idea is to get what is needed when we are setting up a biomedical equipment. Is not like just plug in and working with the equipment. So we'll discuss this in the group. We will not go in a lot in details. We have a lot of technical details. It's later our focal point job or MST job. So just we will do this. Miguel, can you do 2 groups, please? Or one group and the other will be resting.
Yeah.
How much time do we have, Ali?
30 minutes maximum. In case we finish, they can finish early today.
Okay, so one group will remain here and the others will go to the room.
The group will remain here. It's group 2, Carlos, and you will go to group 1.
As you want.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
you will send us the list of equipment.
Yes, and the exercise.
I'm not sure whether we're group 1 or group 2.
So Ali, who is going to the group?
Carlos.
Okay.
Carlos, you will do the group 1 exercise. I will do the group 2, tamam?
Very
Thank you, Carlos.
Welcome. So.
So we will open all the mic, in case we can open the cameras. It's a group exercise. I will share the requirement and the list of equipment.
So we're group 2, just to be sure.
Yes. Emergency department. We will do emergency department. I am sharing the scenario message now if you need to read it again. And I will share the list of equipment. I can share my screen later.
I have
No,
the
no.
list of equipment if you'd like me to share, Ali. I've screenshotted.
Carlos, why you are
No.
You cannot go to the room.
Yeah. Ciao.
So what is the plan now, guys? Who will start?
I can start if you'd like, Ali.
تمام. Also, you can take the lead on which you are.
No. You're here, you take the lead.
No, the lead of discussion. No. The time. I will share my screen. Let me share my screen so you can discuss, all of you. You can see my screen?
Initially, yes.
Yes.
Others? I assume all of us can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. In my understanding, Ali, and correct me if I'm wrong, for an ER, we need, first of all, to determine the members of the team that would be included in the infrastructure requirement, one of which is the energy, Watson, IPC, in terms of determining the aspects of the infrastructure, and us included as well. So the ER would be a triage station with bed capacity and also one isolation room for critical cases to prevent cross-contaminations. Depending on the list of equipments here, first, in general manners, we will determine the load just in case if the ER is independent.
Yes, but we need to write this in our document. Who will write
Yes. Who volunteers to take notes? I can take notes while, I've already taken a few notes of what I was about to say.
So tamam, why do you start with the stakeholder? So he talk about who will be the stakeholder, you said? The medical team, us, energy,
yes,
construction, and IPC, yes?
Yes, and in terms of logistics, it will be IPC, Watson, and construction. Energy, Watson, and construction.
Also,
the medical will be IPC.
Yes. So, guys, something to add about this point before we move? The idea is to do group discussion, huh?
Yes. I think nothing to add now.
I think one thing, please, for the ER, it's to be install a very good ventilator, very good ventilation system inside the ER For example, we have some suffering here in hospital in Atmis for this point exactly. They are suffering in ventilation inside the ER. So we have to pay attention for this point. I think not related to biomed exactly, but in general for log department.
If I may address your concern, Ahmed, I think that's the field of construction and IPC would be, because they will be the ones determining how the structure would be in the ventilation system. It depends on the location and the context, of course. But yes, the more resources available, the more easier it will be.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is,
for me, I
the
think
next
that
topic.
it could be add for the the sign in the ER, for example, the SOP on the board, something like that. Yeah, and for the role and responsibility for each, I mean, we are mentioned about what SAN or IPC or something like that to make and print out, put on the wall. Yeah.
Okay, if I may suggest that we can go into details.
Exactly. So we'll start, if you want
because-
infrastructure requirement, electrical. Let's see.
Yes, how many plugs we would need.
Exactly, and how many and the load and the total load.
Yes,
be
the total
calculated.
load, it will be determined based on the equipment list, which we already have.
Exactly.
And I assume the bed capacity you're talking about here, if we have 6 oxygen concentrators, so 6 plus 1 or 2 in triage, plus 1 in isolation. Otherwise, it will be 6 in total.
Exactly. So just to make bullet point, we have to calculate the number of we need
capacity
to
and
yes,
load.
we need to calculate the load of the equipment, and we need to calculate the number of sockets per bed and per station. Exactly.
Yes.
So
Just a reminder,
Also-
extensions are
yes.
extensions are not allowed to be used according to our standards. So we need to
Exactly.
be very precise about that.
And for us, we need something about earthing, grounding. So we need also to recommend this for the energy team.
Yes.
What do you think, guys?
Yes, very good point. And also we need to determine which devices need to be connected to UPS. I think so.
Exactly.
Yes.
So power continuity, UPS for monitoring charging.
Yes. So we'll of course calculate this load.
And we will not calculate, just we will write bullet points that we should do that, because we have only 30 minutes. Also they said about lighting. Lighting
Yes.
and IPC. So lighting, we need emergency light also. This we miss in MSF usually. When we have power cut, it will be all dark the room. So we need emergency light for medical stuff to work.
Yes. This will be the part of safety and security. So emergency lights, the power extinguishers, all these kind of aspects will be included there, of course. Plumbing
But
will be
again,
the
please again, is it our job to focus on
Yes.
as a biomed?
We are a member of the team. We are a member of the team, yes.
Member
to
of the
focus
team
on, we are
in
a-
log department.
No,
Exactly.
it's a small committee responsible for the ER, so any inputs would help. From our standpoint, we are caring for the operations in terms of biomed activities or biomed equipment to work, even when the power cut happens.
Exactly. And something to add just for as biomed, we are more clinical engineering, clinical biomed. So also to use the equipment, you need emergency light. Sometimes we have risk that they are using the equipment without a light, for example, because we have
Yes.
power cut for 1 minute, 2 minutes. It's part of the safety. The protection,
Yes, good.
electrical protection. If you open the manual of the warmer, it's not allowed you to use without earthing, grounding system. So
Yes.
this information for installation of equipment, we can brought it from the manual, but it's mostly general for all the equipment. Wajdi, Ahmed, no.
And we
People
will
that they
collaborate
are
directly with the energy. Yes, and we will collaborate with the energy for this. So we need to provide input to them.
our job not to calculate the earthing
no.
system or to design the earthing system, just to tell them that we need earthing system with a specification. We need emergency light to keep the light in the room. They will do the calculation.
Yeah,
It's
just
clear?
to add.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because for the electrical things, because we do have some concentrators, we need to have a stable electricity because there are some equipment that are life-saving. So they cannot do without light. So we have to plan everything, make a provision in case if there is a power cut or something.
Goes without question. Yes, goes without question. You're right. The UPS will normally have a voltage stabilizer component with it. Otherwise, if we're relying on generators in this case, yes, a voltage stabilizer needs to be implemented as well. So the energy specialist who's going to be included in the committee, he will be aware of these aspects based on our inputs. With regards to plumbing, Watson will be responsible for that, for waste management. Other aspects of construction like toilets and stuff also will be between the construction specialist and the Watson among the team.
For IPC, Ahmed mentioned something very important, the ventilation.
Yes.
The
Yes.
ventilation. The
Environmental
ventilation
control.
is very important. It's very important. For we will not go and the room temperature.
The ER needs to be temperature controlled area to prevent cross contamination. That is one of the standards actually to design an ER.
Exactly. So ventilation, the air circulation, the air change per hour, the room temperature, the humidity, the dust control, they are all very important. Very, very important.
And also
we miss most
sterilization
of the
as well.
time.
Sterilization, because we need to keep the department sterilized. Temperature control needs to be the temperature needs to be controlled to maintain the growth of fungus, bacteria, etc.
We all agree on the ventilation?
Yes. Because
something to add about
because these
ventilation?
concentrators cannot work in a place where the place is like too dusty and there is no adequate ventilation. The concentrator might develop a problem and might get hot. Yeah. And even the warmer self, the warmer will be used in the room with the concentrators. If there is no adequate ventilation, definitely the room temperature will be.
Yes.
Tamam. So what you put it about ventilation, air circulation, air change per hour, temperature, humidity, and dust control. Exactly. This we agree on all.
Yeah.
Yes. For the plumbing, they mentioned in the task plumbing for us. What do you think plumbing is related to biomed, especially from IPC side?
Hand hygiene stations.
Yes.
Medical
IPC
gas outlets and
yes.
The emergency eye wash station, I think. To decontaminate or like, yeah.
Tamam, Farah. Tamam. Something else to add?
Yeah, and also for the hand washing, they should be away or not close to where the sockets, where the equipment would be kept or something like that.
Oh. And the sink that is with the touchless faucets, soap dispenser, hand sanitizer, all the requirements, yeah.
Also, I think we have to suppose each equipment where to be installed. Some equipment needs a cupboard, for example, for small equipment. Some other needs to be near the bed of the patient.
We need to define a charging station with a cupboard, a charging station for the devices.
Yes.
So there will be an allocation of a charging station. So the equipment can be parked there if not used.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Ali, I think we can move to point number 2. We have covered most of the aspects.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Guys, it's tamam, you covered everything. For preventive maintenance now. Preventive maintenance, they need to finalize and explain. We will not finalize, just we will explain how we will establish a preventive maintenance schedule for all the equipment. Okay.
Yes.
including factor like scheduling, responsibility, and potential tools. I will move to the list. This is the list.
Make it easier. The preventive maintenance for equipment is already there. We only need to train the users or the team on the user maintenance and technical maintenance once a biomed is assigned. We need to also establish communication between to define the rosters of conducting this preventive maintenances. So to define the dates where the ER will be free or even scheduled parts so that the preventive maintenance can be conducted. Go ahead, Eric.
Thank you, Wajdi. This exactly that we met. Whenever we talk about preventive maintenance, first we need to start with user maintenance. So we need you need to put protocol 1 and define user maintenance and train them on user maintenance.
Yes, print 8 and laminated 8 and handled to the team.
And have it on the wall.
Tamam, guys.
More emphasis on the charging station, keeping them charged, keeping them ready because they're standby, especially in the ER. And the communication is very essential between the biomed and the team to define the preventive maintenance schedule and the time and date they can perform it. I think responsibilities will be predefined. Potential tools. I think you mentioned something important about the potential tools, Ali.
But it's just for the preventive maintenance. For us, how we can create the preventive maintenance from protocol 2 on from the referential. We will bring a protocol 2 and the referential for all this equipment, and we will see the frequency. And we will create an Excel or memo or any tools that.
Yes,
because
we also need
for OCP is automated now.
We also need to take the context into consideration, especially if let's say one of the aspects of dust control we're not able to control it in a very challenging environment, then our preventive maintenance will accommodate that as such. Instead of performing it every 3 months, it will be every 1 month, for example, just to ensure continuity, especially in ER. We will try our best to address the dust control as well.
We all agree on this?
Yes.
Just a question. If it's automated in OCP, why we didn't use the same tool?
It's MSF. We are in Ogba. We have a project is Akiba. It will be automating. We will be making an automation system for all the system from maintenance to supply to finance to HR. So it's one project that we are working on it with Microsoft, and we start to implementing. Some other sections they have other tools. For example, OCP, and us also we are working on maintain my stuff. Also, it's automated related in relation with track my stuff. So OCP they have memo. So we have a lot of tools used in MSF. But now we will see with Akiba maybe it will be used by all the sections. So we are trying in Ogba, and later we will see. But usually it's the section is MSF. I don't want to defend this.
Ali, could you please assure there is one or a study for one tool to be for intersectional?
Akiba, yes, it's working. We are working on it with Microsoft. Akiba project, and now we are implementing we start in Mozambique or Mexico maybe, and now in CAR in January we'll start. And
it's like the Marmota and
Central Africa.
Follow up.
It's not only for logistic, for all the family. It's total automated system from HQ to the field.
I'm sorry, Ali, to interrupt. Just to finish the last point that we have, so that we can accommodate the time. We have the backup plan.
No. Before the backup plan, I need just tools to run PM. Tools to run PM for me is first the asset registration and the PM label to put on the equipment. This we forget also. If we can set this for the other PM checklist, there's also tools to run PM for me. For me at least, I don't know if you agree all in this. This sticker system we talked about it last PM, next PM. We have also a standard one, but you can do on your project. You can look to the standard one and print anywhere in any available shop near you. And also we need some calibration tools. What calibration tools is needed for the equipment? This
oxygen analyzers,
patient simulators.
So just if we can run them also to solve the other other team as a group 1 about them. The other group. تمام.
Yeah. Could you write Akiba in the chat?
Yes. Now forget about Akiba.
If I may, Ali, if you're free after this, I would really appreciate if we can have a bit of time to speak, because I've already created the system here in Nigeria, and I didn't know about this.
Yes, تمام. Alidor told me about this QR code and this. Yes.
It involves the job request process and also the repair form. So it's all included, even with the approvals and the approval of line managers and all this. All is automated. But let's discuss this later.
Let's. So we will move now to the backup plan. Huh?
I had two things in mind. Backup oxygen concentrators, but our standard says if 8 oxygen concentrators, you have 1 additional, or otherwise oxygen manifold.
Tamam. So what exactly is the plan? For the oxygen concentrator to have 2 backup concentrator, and in case we don't have power totally,
oxygen cylinders needs to be placed as backup.
Tamam. Someone have another solution? Is an oxygen
Yes,
cylinder?
yes. If we don't have any extra equipment and no cylinders, we at least can have spare part and good specialized technician for maintenance. It can be a good backup solution.
Tamam. So the backup solution starts from having spare parts, skilled person, trained skilled person to do the maintenance. After we will go to other concentrator, and the final situation, worst situation, is to have oxygen buckets. Exactly, because even if we have a spare part and good technician Ahmed, and if we don't have power, usually in our context, especially in Syria, it's not happening a lot. But in some country, we are running sometime. We cannot have fuel in some hour of projects that they are very far in the forest. So sometimes we are cutting up of fuel to run generator. We don't have city power, so it's depending on the context. So we will start, but as Ahmed mentioned, the backup starts from having the spare part, essential spare parts for the equipment, skilled person, having concentrator, 2 concentrator, or each 5 concentrators, they need 1 concentrator as backup, and oxygen bottles. Tamam? We all agree, guys?
Yes.
Even if I may add, Ali, in the infrastructure, when we do it, we can actually include not to develop or implement, but actually to include a design for the manifold, at least for future implementation. So that in case if is upgraded, we can actually implement immediately.
Also, for me, is to have a clear procedure for emergency, for contingency plan, because people they will not know. For example, if Ahmed is, or I don't know, Farah is off today and they have emergency, they don't know that we have cylinders. So it should be written and laminated somewhere or available somewhere for a plan. Tamam.
Contingency also for the IPC needs to be taken into consideration, if I may add. Sorry. In case of a power cut, we would need also an IPC contingency.
Okay. Sorry. So may I add once that I think about, like, I don't know, that is it necessary to have like everyone say, like we should have the spare part or any extra additional item, the spare part or whatever. So should we have the backup plan, like a contingency if we are cannot to like taking care with the patient anymore? So should we have the plan to like transfer the patient to nearest hospital or something like that?
That will be a medical responsibility. That will be a medical responsibility, a medical decision.
Exactly. The referral is medical. They do some contract to have a referral of patient.
I think they already have SOP when to do that, when exactly to take that decision.
Exactly, but till they take the patient out, if we have emergency, we need to ensure that we have oxygen for a couple of hours at least till the patient is out.
Yes. Accommodating IFIL station instead of portable oxygen concentrators for now. This is important, Ali, because we're already phasing out the eclipse. So the IFIL station also needs to be mentioned in particular, even for referrals.
Just to add, for me, I think for this referral, for them, the portable concentrators sometimes manage. Most of the portable concentrators are not above 2 to 3 liters. So I prefer if they can use the oxygen cylinder.
But That's what we spoke about right now, Ibrahim, because we are actually phasing out from Eclipse, which is 3 to 5 liters. And then we're replacing it with something called Eiffel Station, which is a 4.7 liter oxygen cylinder. And we have its own station for refilling.
Yes.
For power, we need a backup generator, of course. Even if we have the UPS,
yes.
because the UPS time is limited, so you can write a backup generator.
UPS is prioritized, and generator is backup.
For critical equipment backup, this is the list of equipment. Which equipment you need backup? The oxygen you already mentioned in the oxygen backup. For other equipment, which equipment you will choose backup for it?
This warmer, infant warmer.
Yeah,
So
multi-parameter monitors.
Patient monitor.
Patient monitor, we have alternatives. We have pulse oximeter, and we have also the other multi-parameter and the ECG. So they replaced the multi-parameter monitor. But the semi-automated external defibrillator is critical.
Yes, but also monitor can be a backup for pulse and for for ECG.
Where you have both. You have the electrocardiograph, the diagnostic ECG. You also have the pulse oximetry, the Masimo.
Yes.
You also have the multi-parameter portable, which is for NIBP. So they replace those three, replace the multi-parameter in case if it shut down.
So what we will do for monitor? We will keep spare parts and
yes,
and one pulse oximeter as backup, or we will keep one monitor as backup. So both options will work. It's up to you and the budget of the project.
If I may just understand this very clearly, Ali, the monitor is stationary; it doesn't move, only in cases. But the electrocardiograph, the diagnostic ECG, is always portable. It's always stationary. It's not used all the time, so it can immediately be deployed for backup. The pulse oximetry, we have 3 of them, which at least one will be a standby. The multi-parameter, the mobile multi-parameter, that's going to be the only challenge we have for NIBP. But normally the NIBP, the non-invasive blood pressure testing is every 15 minutes. So it can be rotating around patients.
Tamam, guys.
Infusion pumps? No.
Sorry?
What?
Infusion pumps.
That's in ICU. That's in ICU.
But
or in ICER.
Farah is not in the list. Sometimes we have infusion pump in the IR, but here we did not put in the list, just not to take a lot of money.
So Ali, for this point that Farah raised it, we have to stick on the list itself?
Yes, just because of the time, 30 minutes. But usually, Ahmad, you are right, and Farah also. One of our tasks also to advise about equipment that medical team maybe they missed, but it's not the case here. You are totally right, Ahmad and Farah. But here, if we put all the list for emergency, both of you are biomed, we will take a lot of time. So just if you want to keep the discussion between us, it's very useful discussion. Thank you, guys. I will move to the other group to see if they are done, and after I will come back. But you can continue discussing or complaining about that.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you.
Shukran.
In many contexts, the ER will have also a small ICU. They will have the infusion pumps and syringe pumps in that place to stabilize the patient before either admitting or transferring. So yeah. But in the list here, the only thing I can see, that's my own opinion, is that the oxygen concentrators, infant warmer, and semi-automated defibrillator. The defib will be the critical, the critical devices here, because you only have one defib. So if there is any cardiac arrest, that's the only device that we have to deploy.
Yeah.
Yes, for example, and we have another devices, nebulizers, for example.
Yes, but all those are stabilizing. Nebulizers have never been a critical device because it's only used when the patient is actually stabilized. In case of non-stabilization in terms of breathing, they will have other procedures to perform. Nebulizers is for a stabilized patient. I don't think we have anything else. It's just to discuss the idea of the manifold is very interesting. It's I'm not sure how many projects has been implemented with the oxygen manifold, but it's more of a centralized oxygen supply system that you will have the bedhead unit with the oxygen outlets. So that could be something that embedded into the design prior even to the implementation itself. But at least it's in the design so that it can be accommodated in the future as a backup.
Yes, Wajdi, this is exists in big hospitals, big facilities.
We have it in
especially
MSF.
governmental.
We have it in MSF. In governmental,
Wow.
they have their own oxygen tank. That's something else. Our manifold depends on oxygen cylinders.
Yeah,
we
like
don't have
a
that big
central
oxygen.
piping area where the
Yes.
oxygen will be sent by.
Mm.
And it depends also in the context. If you have a lot of, armed conflict situation, oxygen tanks are not advisable because they are highly combustible. We need to refrain from that. But if you have a stabilized area that, you can allocate a place where you can put the cylinders and make the pipes to supply the department, then yes. That could be embedded into the design prior to be looked at. If it's available, then we can do it and, keep it open for future implementation. But the backup is very interesting to me because when we say UPS, is it batteries? Is it solar? And MSF is currently going for solar. And again, the context will play a big role in that. I think the prioritization will be for solar UPS and then generators in case of the solars are not being able to supply.
Wajdi, last years in Syria, yes, we had a very dangerous environment and some clashes near the hospital, MSF hospitals. So we don't install any oxygen cylinders in the ER or in the hospital in general, and also inside the ambulances. But recently, yes, we get used this cylinder and small station for filling.
I remember in Yemen there was this very critical situation where one of the hospitals had a big oxygen tank to supply their centralized gas system. And there were armed conflicts in the area and the bullets came to the tank and it exploded. It made a big mess.
Yes.
Yeah, the context controls most of our aspects in terms of decision.
Yeah.
Of course. Also for the backup, we were, you can say, under siege, very closed area previously before.
Yes. A siege. Yes.
Yes, and we were keep many extra devices as a backup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What I've noticed here in Nigeria, there's a big challenge to maintain the standard of keeping oxygen concentrator prioritized and keeping cylinders as a backup because there is a pile of oxygen concentrators that have gone bad due to the dusty context and not following up with the PM schedule. So they eventually just chose to go back to cylinders and make them prioritized because they're the easiest ones to be used. And there are lots of complaints about the oxygen quality, the level of impurities in the oxygen
Miguel?
cylinder is not unknown. Yes.
Sorry guys, sorry. Miguel, we can close the room, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Wajdi.
Thank
You're
you
more
all.
than welcome.
Thank you. We are all here. Miguel, we can start. So group one, thank you all for the work. Group one, who will present?
I will present.
Yes, Ghazalo.
Omar, I have put the summary in the chat if you want to go through it.
But someone will present it quickly for us. What?
So For our equipment, first of all, we're thinking about the infrastructure of the OT. And first thing that came to mind is that we need to have positive pressure in the OT. So we were thinking about installing an HVAC system for the OT so that we have positive pressure in. And also another important aspect to take into consideration for the autoclave, we were thinking about installing the duct and the chimney for the disposing the vapors and the bacteria from the autoclave outside of the OT. And then we need to install this chimney far from our AC compressors. And it's something important as well. We need to have adequate water supply and plumbing equipment for the OT, a cleaning area for people while they're entering, for disinfection as well. Power supply needed to be taken in, for example, we need a UPS for all our equipment, except the autoclave, because we were thinking about a backup autoclave. And we have to have as a backup, the UPS we should prioritize the OT concentrator, the anesthesia ventilator, and the monitors as well. For the electrical needs of the OT, we're thinking about installing clear lighting in all the OT and suggesting the medical team to add some OT lamps as well. This is for the infrastructure. Regarding the preventive maintenance, first of all, we need to identify all of our material as listed here. We will add them all in Marmota so that we have them in inventory, and we'll use the referential to identify the needed preventive maintenance. And we would obtain the spare parts needed as well. We'd also train our biomed, or we would suggest having a project this size, a biomed technician, to do the repairs. And also we need to take into consideration that once opening the OT, we need to involve our medical team in training to ensure everybody knows the user maintenance, and our biomed technician would take responsibility of the protocols 2 and 3. Backup plan for the OT. Of course, we're thinking about the backup generator. UPS is used for a short time when there's a power cut so that we're not interrupted. A backup plan should be also taken into consideration for our concentrators. We need to have oxygen cylinders in case the concentrator fails. And we need to keep in stock spare parts, filters for our biomed equipment. Our biomed toolkit as well should be available, and a trained personnel to do the maintenance and services. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Someone have any question for group 1? Thank you very much. You cover all this. In case not, Wajdi, you can present group 2, please. Wajdi will present, yes, or I am wrong?
Sure, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
For
group 2, they are doing emergency department.
Yes, for group 2, we did the emergency department. I'm happy to announce that it's not much different from the aspects that they have reached of OT, with the slight differences. We discussed about the infrastructure. The stakeholders that will be included in the team are the energy, the Watson, IPC, construction, and us. And the determination of the infrastructure would be to designate first the number of electrical sockets based on the bed capacities, the spaces needed so that we will eliminate the use of extensions according to our standards, and also to make sure that ventilation will be properly installed into the department to allow or to prevent the cross-contaminations in terms of dust control, temperature controlled areas, so on and so forth, and also to provide adequate space for oxygen concentrators to work in that environment. In addition to that, we spoke about the plumbing as well, in terms of the waste management, the gas, and all those aspects. We also included the discussions with regards to environmental control, hence the temperature controlled area. In case of power cuts, we will have the emergency lighting available for the staff to work on. Ali, please correct me if I've forgotten anything because I don't have the notes in front of me for all the discussion. Additionally, with regards to the preventive maintenance schedule, also it's more or less the same, is to designate, first of all, the marbuta and differential of the list of equipment that we will have. We will also study the load of these equipments on the department to define the electrical load that they will impose on our power source. We will also design the preventive maintenance schedule in case if it wasn't there in the beginning, in addition to ordering the spare parts and all necessities in case if it was initialized with the first order. Additionally, the process will be to train the users, or that to begin with the training of user maintenance, and also to make sure that the biomed is fully equipped with the technical maintenance protocols and preventive maintenance schedules in order to conduct, and to also make sure that the communication between both teams, the ER and the biomed, has been established in order to communicate the schedules. To take into consideration as well the context, in case of, let's say, the aspect of dust control has been absent, we will also accommodate that into the schedule. Instead of every 3 months, it will be every month, so on and so forth. With regards to the last aspect, with regards to the backup, we have spoken about, first of all, making sure that the spare parts are available, the biomed is fully equipped with the tools needed. In terms of the preventive schedule stickers and the checklist and the registry for all preventive maintenance to be done. We also spoke about the availability of backup devices. For example, oxygen concentrators. For each 2 oxygen concentrators will be one additionally to be kept as a backup in terms of emergency. Otherwise, we will go for cylinders, and also to make sure that in case of, let's say, there was a referral process to be done, that the patient will have adequate supply of oxygen until the referral happens. We spoke about the phasing out of the mobile portable oxygen concentrators and including the iFill stations, the 4.7 liters of the oxygen cylinders. We also spoke about a backup system for electricity. We will depend primarily on UPS for our power supply. Otherwise, we will have a generator as a backup. In terms of oxygen supply, we also spoke about including the oxygen manifold design, even though it's not going to be implemented at the first stage, but it could also be accommodated in the design for future implementation. Ali, is there anything that I've missed out from the whole conversation?
No, thank you very much, Wajdi. Any question for group 2? So just for me to summarize, whenever we talk about medical equipment installation, we have to take into consideration first the infrastructure requirement to engage all the stakeholders from energy, water, ventilation. It's the same as energy in Ottawa. Also the medical team, because the space. And if you remember in the first session, in the last 5 minutes, we discussed about infrastructure document. It's a document of 5 pages. In this document, for example, if we open, we have all the requirement sockets for OT room, for emergency department, all the infrastructure needed for each equipment. So if we have this list and we open this document, we can find all the information about each equipment and what infrastructure and energy needed. Just to keep all in to keep in our mind, all of us, that we have a requirement. We need to discuss this requirement and implement it. For example, for electrical needs, so we need for the OT mainly, as we have direct contact equipment with the patient, we need RTTB, we need the earthing system. We have some requirements. All these requirements are available in the document, or they are available on the user and service manual of the equipment, or just you can share with us the list of equipment and we can recommend the infrastructure needs for you. Also the same for sterilization. We have a lot of problem with sterilization installations, that the space is very small. We don't have a place for a clean and dirty area. So whenever you have this installation, also you need to engage all the stakeholders from biomed to Watson to construction. Yes, Wajdi.
Yes, sorry to interrupt, Ali. There's only one thing that I would like to steal from group 1, which is the positive pressure HVAC. I believe in that in such designs. I think it will be more feasible to use the HVAC in ER instead of OT, because in the OT, if I'm not mistaken, architects have already came up with a design for the reception area where the room itself is low pressurized, which prevents exchange of air between the OT area and the reception area. So HVAC would not be mostly needed because any exchange of air wouldn't happen between both departments. But in ER, we have a main entrance right away to the ER department. That's where the HVAC will be mostly occupied, if I'm not mistaken.
No, tamam, but just a quick information. Also, I will share after the meeting. We have ASHRAE standard for hospital. It's international standard. So for OT also we have HVAC requirement. We are not using a lot in OGBA, only in special context like Afghanistan, Syria, Ahmad. No. So we have like air change per hour, HEPA filter, MERV quality. So it's depending on the setup. But anyway, for the HVAC, we will not go into details. Just for the HVAC, we have a lot of requirement for positive, negative room, pressure, neutral room. OT, they have requirement 20 air change per hour. So we have to change the air inside the room 20 times per hour. We need 15 kilopascal positive pressure to the corridor. We need HEPA filter. We need laminar flow. We have requirement. We will not go in detail, but I will share after the meeting the ASHRAE standard with you also. So just to keep in mind, but we are not implementing in all the projects. So just to keep in mind the infrastructure, the preventive maintenance, something is very important. You said start with the preventive, with the maintenance done by user. This also we forget a lot, all of us. So when we talk about preventive maintenance, we put schedule for us, and we forget that we need to put user care protocol 1. This is user maintenance should be in place also. Backup, we all discussed in a very well. Very well. Just also we need to keep in mind always that we need backup, especially for oxygen in our project. Tamam. Any question? We can move. And thank you all. Both groups they did. They cover all the aspects. So now we will move to the biomed basics. We will continue. We will not take a break because we should finish in 30 minutes. Biomed basics. So good practices. We have biomed basic document. Also, we will share in the. We will share here, and it's available on the Tempo. So this basic of biomed should be implemented in all the projects. Also, good practices after this training to take this list of biomed basic and to check if they are implemented in our project or not. If they are not implemented, we need to discuss with our line manager how to implement it with the support of your reference. So part of the biomed basics, our maintenance chronogram is printed and shared on a monthly basis. We need to define a person in charge of biomedical service with a dedicated workshop. This also, if we don't have the resources now and we have a small project, we can dedicate someone from logistic log base, log supervisor, and he can be in touch with the biomed support from headquarter MST, and they can implement it all the basic of biomed. So it's not, if we have very basic project, small project, also new logistic can be, we have this set up many places. We are supporting log hospital, log base, log supervisor, log manager to implement it the basic of biomed. So just we need in all the way, even if we have 1 or 2 concentrator in the project, we need a focal point responsible for biomed and cold chain, especially for biomed in this training. Preventive maintenance action are carried out on time. So monthly we are doing the preventive maintenance. Spare parts are available for preventive maintenance. This is part of the basics. Other good initiative. So to have a regular meeting between biomed and energy team. Also IPC team. Local supplier validation is completed. So always we can validate the supplier before having problem. This supplier could be also good initiative in case we have any problem or we need some urgent request. So we cannot wait the EMO. There is a strategy for medical equipment waste management. There is energy optimization strategy admission level related to biomed equipment. Tamam. Before test review, I need to do with you. So any question about the basics? Also, we can open the basic here. So this basic, yes.
Thank you, Ali, for your
for a question about the basic in the small project. Can we have any workshop of biomed in our project or no? The biomed focal point is enough for the small project to do the maintenance, to do the inventory for all without any workshop or without any spare part, backup spare part.
No, as we said in the previous third session, so biomedical workshop is something very important. But in case, let's say we have small project, so we can have a dedicated area in the maintenance workshop for some biomed maintenance. So it will be cleaned with some IPC requirement, just not to spread the infection. So in case we have 5 or 6 equipment, for example, in any project, or 20 equipment, most of them they are pulse oximeter and HemoQ and 5 concentrators. So we can have a small space inside the maintenance or logistic workshop. We can identify any setup just to do the basic maintenance for this equipment. So we can be flexible, especially when we don't have like 300 equipment, 200 equipment. So we can be more flexible, but in order to reach our goal is to do the basic and to keep patients safe and equipment safe. Clear? So this is the basic. So we have basic for all the families. If you are doing all the LTT, you will see all the basics. So this is basic for biomedical service. We have best practices. We have the link for all the main documents that we are using. We have how to do monitoring, benefit, why you implementing this basic, what will happen, common mistake, and the risk and responsibility. Okay, and we have some additional information. We will start the basic, and we have basic tools also. Basic tools is an Excel sheet you can fill, and you can see the percentage of basics that they are implemented in your project. This is very important exercise to do in all the projects. I will let open the basic tools. So this for one of our project, it's already filled. So let's just to give you an idea. So this basic tools is also for all the family. If we can go to biomed, we have here all the basic tasks for biomed, okay, with best practices, and you can put which is done, which is not done partially, and the comment. Okay, at the end you can do an action plan for the implementation. We have preventive maintenance and biomedical device, all the tasks. Just you need to write here done, not done, partially, not applicable, I don't know. So this we recommended to fill each 6 months. And for the monitoring, if we are doing the monitoring, and we can have the percentage. For example, here, 68% of the basic are implemented in this project. Okay, it's clear for the basics. We will share the monitoring tools and the basic with you also, so you can do as an exercise and to try to implement the missing part. Any question before we move? Yes.
One question, Ali. In our project, we don't have any basic tools, biomedical tool. Can we add it in our international order to have the basic biomed tools in our project to do the maintenance?
Yes, also I will share the code now after the meeting.
Okay,
or
we should
now
to
we
discuss
share
with our log manager, yeah, with the or
exactly. It's
manager.
available in Unicat, so we have basic tools and fuse tools for biomed. So for the test review, just we will some question and we will discuss. Who is the final responsible for ordering medical equipment and related items? Biomed, medical, biomed, and med.
Medical.
Medical.
We all agree, guys, after this training.
Biomed and medical.
The final responsible.
Exactly.
And the EMO.
Yes, the final, the word final change. Who is the responsible is med and med, but final responsible for validate is med. So usually we will do this work together, but the final responsible is med. And in this stage, final responsible, we need always to follow up with med, what it's ordered, what is not, because sometimes we submit a big list of spare parts and consumable and they don't have budget. So follow up after submitting the EMO, this list of spare parts is very important. The dust filter of an oxygen concentrator is a consumable maintenance accessory, consumable average monthly consumption, AMC. Which one of this?
A.
Someone else other than A?
Hey.
we all agree, eh?
A.
تمام. So it's consumable maintenance. So as we agree, we have consumable maintenance, accessory, consumable AMC, consumable average monthly consumption. This information is available on referential, any green, all the consumable for maintenance and spare parts, they are on green. On Unicad, they are under the spare parts, all of them. So we have many places to see these items for each equipment and to do the order based on it or to classify. How often should you order spare parts and consumable for maintenance? As needed with the EMO for time a year.
With the emo.
All of us all also agree?
Yes, with
The
emo.
emos.
Yeah.
Tamam. So the EMO is a good time to order our spare parts and consumable for the maintenance. And to prepare for the EMO is very important, as we said. We can prepare before 1 month. Sometimes it took a lot of discussion, especially if we don't have enough budget or our list is very huge. We are the first time doing the order. So thank you for the listening. This session is short, huh? You have any question?
That's it.
So just we need from you to share your feedback, huh? The key message you got from the Biomed LTT, something that you like, something you would change, add. And we have medical devices day. So we are doing twice per year medical devices day, other than the LTT. It will be in February this year about sterilization, everything about sterilization, and next session in September. Also, next year we will share an invitation this week from Anna. We are doing a monthly training. It's 2 sessions. Each session 2 hours. It's 1 session 2 hours in French and English. Each month we will discuss a dedicated equipment from January till December. So, for example, January we have concentrator. February we have sterilization. We have autoclave. We have many equipment. 12 type of equipment will be discussed monthly. So it's only 2 hours per month. Also, Anna will share the invitation today for all the biomed and logistic people. Now I need from you to start and Ahmad, you can ask and start to answer this question. Key message, something that you like, something you would change, add. And this is the most important point for us to share something you wouldn't change, add, and to give the speak to another one, to pick another one to answer.
Thank you, Ali,
Thank
for
you.
all your efforts. But the first question is, how can I attend this monthly training for each equipment?
We will share the invitation today, and I will share with you also, but it will be shared with all OCs for all biomed.
With all OCs, tamam.
It will be shared with, but I will share with you also whenever it's shared. I will share with you. I have your email. So.
Okay.
You will start answering the question. Key message that you got from the Biomed LTT.
I think good plan for Biomed management, including 3 topics that we did in last exercise. It's the key message, and I like everything is in this training, but I'd like to add, not to add, to be more than 4 sessions, live sessions. Next time, maybe.
Thank
you. And that's it. Thank you for all of you.
Choose someone else to answer the question. Pick someone else.
Wajdi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yalla, Wajdi.
It's very interesting, honestly. I mean, the key message address, I think it encourages our strategic ability to plan, to foresee stuff that we might have not engaged before, but actually to have an exposure on it is very interesting. Structures, because from my experience, it depends on the mission, honestly. In reality, it depends on the mission. It depends on the inclusion of the team. Some members of the teams, they don't really care about the inclusion of biomed in terms of construction. They will take the decision and they will only come back for biomed in case of the biomed equipment are going to be installed. So this is a good exposure to know our limit of inclusion, what else we can help with. Things I like is, for example, I was fascinated with the workstation I've seen. I've never seen a workstation like that. I wish if we had a workstation like that, but I wish one day that I will be in a project where a workstation like that exists. The only thing that I would suggest to not to even just to encourage is to have more discussions to learn from our contexts. I believe learning different contexts, especially the gravity of how MSF is everywhere, especially in our field of expertise, it increases our ability to come with alternatives. Knowing the different contexts would help us come with better alternatives in case one option or the second option doesn't work. I think that would be highly beneficial to each one of us to increase that capacity.
Today we had an exercise to do that, but it's the last day. Most of the people are working today, or tomorrow is the last day and half of the day. So we don't need them to stay a lot of time with us and to rest them. But you are totally right.
Thank you, Ali.
So
Thank you very much for this
I removed before the session just to gain the time for people. And they have a lot of work. I got a lot of feedback about the session. Each year the same. So just pick up someone else.
Why not doing it, maybe after the holidays? We can arrange for a session if that would be feasible.
We can, yes. Now we know each other, so we can keep in touch, and we can arrange a short meeting to share experience.
Thank you for the opportunity, Ali. I will go with Farah. She was already raising her hand, so please go ahead.
So something I liked about the session is that it wasn't. It was really simple. Like the presentators, the trainers made it simple, logical. I mean, really basic thinking without too much strategic, stratospheric vocabulary. Like think straight. This is how it works. You need to plan for things if you don't want to have quacks at the end, and you need to take a look at your environment, what is needed logically. So I think it's very efficient to present things that way without having a very complicated way of explaining things. It was very logical. This is what I retained from this training. It made it more accessible for people who are external at some point, not biomed by training. It's not their daily life. It makes it more accessible for us. And the key messages was basically to plan for things and to observe and to adapt to the context, to adapt to the practice, and that's it.
Something you would change, Farah?
No,
if you join the team
really
next year.
Honestly, no. Honestly, no.
Thank you. Pick up someone else.
Usually they raise your hands. This is it's easier. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. What's Bamian?
So thank you, Ali, for your training. It was very good for me. Actually, the position, the project that I was working, it's very small, and the training that you provide for us, it gave me a lot of idea to bring some change in our project. And also I'd like to, if possible, if be the same training face to face for others to go to other big project. It will be also useful for me, and it will give me image for the project that to bring it, and that I should bring their ideas from the big project in my project to bring some change according to the maintenance, biomed maintenance, storage maintenance, and life saving of the biomed. Thank you. It was honestly, it was very useful for me, and I learned a lot from this training. Thank for all my colleagues. Yeah.
Thank you for your attendance. You need to pick up someone else, or if someone else need to give feedback, we don't. He can raise your hand. Yes, Monica.
Okay. So going point by point, the key messages, I think some messages that passed very well is that we need to work together with the medical team, no? That it's very important, this communication between logistics and medical. This is like something that that you highlighted very nicely. And also that we need to plan, no? That it's not that something like in terms of scheduling maintenance, in terms of spare parts. This is something that I think has been repeated, and it's something that stays, no, in the participants. Something that I liked is that that everybody, like the profiles are people who, like, this training is very relevant to everybody. Everybody was willing to participate and to learn and to contribute. This is something that you could see in the group. And something that I would change add is as what they said, it's like I have the feeling that we are running a bit, no? Like it's there's a lot of things, and so maybe adding more sessions. Also, I know that it's not easy in this type of training, or maybe making people work more in advance, no? Like having some compulsory exercises, or making sure that people do something in advance. So during the session, we focus more on the messages that you want to highlight, or on the questions, the doubts that the people have. But yeah, I think it's a good way of having a general view, and then you can work deeper in whatever is more interesting for each of us. So
Thank you, Monica. For the point to change this work before, you are totally right, and we can discuss with Miguel about something about it. Even me, sometimes I feel like we are rushing, especially in first two sessions, just to finish on time, 2 hours. We don't need people to stay more, but thank you. Someone else need to give us feedback. Your feedback is very important for us, and for the people that they will do next year and after. So if someone else need to share, it's really appreciated. Even if they want to write in the message, write in personally, especially something you would change, add, is very important for us to enhance from year to year, not to repeat it ourselves. Yes.
Yes, I will
Yes,
just
Edgar.
want to add something quick. Like after doing all the LTTs in 1 year, like after doing 12 LTTs, this one is one of the most, for me, was one of the more interesting and dynamic that we have been done this year. Messages, I think, was clear, and it was well explained by my previous colleagues. And just something to add or to change in the same way, like I think it's we rush, but we know, and in all the LTTs we rush a bit, but it's super interesting to see from deeper from people with real knowledge, or knowledge from the field, or that face issues and the task before. What are your challenges? Because for me, I can imagine, and I can try to oversee what could be the challenge in the day that I face these issues or these problems. But I think it's nice if we have extra time, I don't know, half an hour or adding 5 minutes per session to see if other colleagues on the call has or face it issues in a similar task, or when they are trying to work with the biomed devices, because then we can oversee and we can try to think what we will do, or what will we proceed on these futures issues if we face them. But yeah, in general, yeah, after 12 LTTs, that was one super nice, and I really enjoy this month with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Edgar. And something maybe I forget to say, just for example, us as an OGBA, as the biomed team, we are doing weekly meeting, and this weekly meeting, half of the meeting is training for the focal point. So whenever you see, for example, the IMO process is one of the process that's a little bit complicated for all the NGO, not only for. So the idea of this training just also to know that the IMO process, we have some tools to be used, and we are here. The main idea for some complicated that we don't have time enough to explain that this process is done in this way. It's a long way. It needs a lot of input, and we are here for support. And this is our job. So whenever you have an email, just contact your MST and tell them you need your support. and it's our role to support. So this also to mention, because for example, EMO process Edgar in Bordeaux, it take all 1 day to explain for 12 participants. So it's 1 day, full day to explain, to do task, to it's a little bit longer. But we mention here just because we are missing a lot of time to do the EMO in our projects. So we have some feedback, some experience. And sorry for rushing some time.
No, it's
Thank you.
okay. We know, and I think that all of us want just more time, like to enjoy more time the process. Thanks.
Thank you for your feedback. Someone else to add something, or we can give to Miguel. Thank you all for listening for us for session, and sorry for rushing some time. I know I speak quickly. This is me. I cannot change. And I will give. And thank you for our colleague.
Thank you for Carlos and Ali as well.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for Carlos and Alidor and Alejandro. They are not here today. Alejandro and Alidor, they are on leave already. So thank you, Carlos. If you want to say something, Carlos, you can say, and we will give to Miguel to close.
No, thank you very much. It was a pleasure. It was a really pleasure. Yeah, Miguel, you can close her.
Okay. So yeah, I will not extend a lot on that because you already mentioned many things. I think that one of the big success of this LTT Biomed is your participation in the live sessions. I think that this is key for the LTT in general. And well, Edgar has mentioned it very well, and he has been 12 months. I've been different years in doing these LTT sessions. And when you see a group like you that is coming to all the live sessions and participating, the training, it changed completely because of course there is a part of the material that is in Tembo and is there. It's an online part of the course, and the information is always there for you. But what it really makes the difference is your participations in the live sessions. No, so I don't know, for the next editions, the live sessions is a bit up to you. And when I say you, the technical team, we can discuss this during the next year and see if we can be more flexible in terms of number of sessions, if we decide or we consider that it's better to add some more sessions to make it more go a bit more slowly. But I must say that this feeling of lack of time is always there, because when you are interested in a subject and it's a wide subject like biomed, you always feel like you need more time. So this is I think a common feeling, no? But this is just one training, and as Ali was saying, there is other trainings that are coming on biomed and other logistical trainings, and it's little by little how we grow up, our knowledge. But it's good that you feel like that, because this means that you are willing to learn more, no? And just to close about the LTT Biomed, finalize the online modules. If you didn't finalize it yet, like this, you will get your badge. You have until the beginning of next month to finalize this. And just a quick reminder for the next LTTs, we are having LTT Telecom on January, but it's already the list is already closed. So the ones that are participating in this LTT, you will receive the team's invitation and the registration by the end of this year, by the end of the month. And if you are interested in doing the LTT IT and the LTT supply in February and March, the application forms are in your missions already. Just to say that these two LTTs, the IT and the supply, it's only for OGBA. Okay, so it's because the particularity of these two families are very OGBA plan. But the rest of LTTs that we have during all the year, most of them are for all the sections. So you are more than welcome if you want to attend to the other LTT courses. So that's all. Thanks to all of you for your participation. It was a pleasure. And I hope to see you in the next LTT course. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.
Happy
your
end
mission.
of the
Thank you.
year.
Yeah, happy end of the year.
Merry.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Happy.
Bye.
Thank you for about.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.